October of 2017. Notices were sent out to the property owner of record, and the last name is A-R-C-E. I don't know if it's R or Arce, that's how you pronounce it, but it's A-R-C-E. We did receive communication from Donna, I'll say Arce for the purpose of the record, regarding the notice of continuation. And Council President, if I may, I'll just read that into the record. Sorry.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Wenner. I'm in receipt of your letter dated today, February 14th, 2018, regarding an investment property located at 32 Heckman Street, Phillipsburg, New Jersey. The property is currently under foreclosure proceedings with the state of New Jersey. Every attempt is being made to sell the property before the actual foreclosure. I realize the issue this property is causing the town and neighbors, but every effort is being made to finalize a sale. An interested buyer has submitted several offers to the bank since December. The negotiation process is often delayed due to the bank and investor taking several days to reply or make a counteroffer. I am pushing both sides every day to come to a final offer agreement. The offers on each side are now within a few $1,000s, so it seems very likely that it can finalize within the next few weeks, depending on the timeliness of the bank's replies. Once the offer is approved, the property will be sold within 30 days. We have no intention of renting this property any further. Again, we should be closing on the home very soon. Parenthetically, I think by that she means she should be divesting herself of the property shortly. We are in the final stages of selling this property to a buyer that will restore the home according to the codes of the township of Phillipsburg. That's not town, that's township. I would appreciate your understanding with this matter. We are making every attempt to rectify the issues and finalize the sale. Sincerely, Donna Arce. As this is a continuation of a matter that was previously brought before the council under the habitability codes of the town of Phillipsburg, and notice was properly given. I don't know if Ms. Arce is here tonight. I'm mispronouncing your name. I do apologize. Or any representatives, any lien holders, representatives from the bank who may have an interest in this property if they're here. I don't see any. So I think this property is well known to the council, and they were asked to be present before the council tonight. Apparently they're not here, and it's up to the council to have a discussion regarding what steps, if any, they wish to take with the property. Just to be clear regarding the procedures regarding a habitability complaint, the town council can issue an order for either repair or demolition per the statute, absent there being, I would say, unequivocal evidence that the property is not going to be repaired. It must first require repairs to be made before it issues a demolition order. The time frame for any order issued by the council is 30 days. The property owner or any lien holder has the opportunity to comply with that order within that 30-day time frame, or to appeal the order itself in the Superior Court of New Jersey. Absent that happening and the expiration of the 30 days occurring, the town can reserve upon itself the right to effectuate either the repairs or the demolition as necessary and as appropriate to the property, those costs being imposed as a first position lien in the form of a municipal lien against the subject property. So that's kind of the legal framework that you're faced with tonight. I'll be quiet.
Attorney Wenner, counsel, I've been dealing with this property since August 9th of 2017. I believe Mayor Ellis has been dealing with it far longer than I. This property has been a continuous nuisance to the adjoining neighbors located at 34 Heckman Street. Pest infestation, various odors was perceived to be feline or canine urine, windows open causing pipes to burst, water leaks causing property damage. The back door, the last time that I'd seen the property from the adjoining yard, was it was broken into and subsequently boarded up by a gentleman by the name of Gary Groff, who claims to be the caretaker. I did reach out to a gentleman who had claimed at the time to be the owner. The gentleman's name was Mr. Eric Einholz. This was on August 9th of 2017. Mr. Einholz had informed me that he would have the property cleaned up in a week from August 9th. He was putting off the cleaning of the property because he was trying to purchase a property from the Arce family for $1,000 instead of the $16,500 that was the listed price. It's now February 20th, and we aren't any closer to rectifying this issue. I've read the Arce email, and I've also heard Mr. Einholz's statement, and I see where both of them are blaming the neighbors for the issues, and quite frankly, without swearing, it's nonsense. It's garbage. So I'm going to ask council to issue either an administrative warrant to go into the building. It needs to be cleaned. The homeowner needs to be charged. And if that does not happen, then I would move for demolition after 30 days. It's about time we start standing up to these types of cockroaches, and I use that term loosely, who come in. He wants to buy this home for $1,000. $1,000, so that the family who lives next door has to live in a degraded quality of life. It stunk over there in the summertime. I could just imagine what it was like today with it being warm. If we don't start sending a message now to these types of homeowners or these types of landlords, we are encouraging this issue. So I guess legally, Attorney Wenner, what can I do?
If I could just jump in. I don't know, maybe the Councilor.
I was thinking, Counselor, based on our abandoned properties ordinance, based on the admissions by the defendant in this letter, would this property be primed to be subject to the responsibilities of the lender foreclosing on the property and subsequently being required to provide for the care of the building?
If the property, so assuming that the property is in fact in foreclosure, and assuming the property is in fact abandoned, then yes, they would be, that lender would be subject to the abandoned properties ordinance recently enacted by the town council. But those criteria have to be met. Obviously, it has to be in foreclosure and it has to be abandoned as well.
Council President, is that the case? Is it an abandoned property? Obviously, you can't answer about the foreclosure. But.
Correct, Councilman. If my personal opinion, with the amount of traffic that's been in and out of that building, I do not believe that it's been abandoned. Mr. Einholz was just seen on the property approximately a week ago with his caretaker, where they had placed plastic over the windows so no one could see in. Yes, sir.
If I may say something, why don't we, I know Kevin has a list of that property, if I'm correct, is that right, Mayor?
It is right.
Kevin has a list, why don't we get that list and give it to Rich and say he has 30 days to fix it?
I will give him 30 days. I would agree with that, 30 days. After 30 days, if it's not fixed, I want them back here or I want that place demolished.
Right, so, all right, so if I can do a kind of a hybrid assimilation of what was discussed, I would appreciate the opportunity to send correspondence to the property owner and all lien holders who are holding an interest in the property, advising that that property was discussed before the town council on February 20th, that serious concerns exist amongst the town council and that they're prepared to take serious action, and they will take action again 30 days from now with the bring back, all right? In the meantime, here's a list from Kevin Duddy, who is the construction code official of the town of Phillipsburg, recommending that certain steps be taken, and then if they're not taken, all the more reason for us 30 days from now to say, okay, here's the justification for moving forward with the appropriate action.
So on that list, does anyone know what is on that list? Because I happen.
I'm looking at it right now.
You are.
I am. In need of rehabilitation and a reasonable judgment, or the mayor?
No, I believe the punch list that the inspector has.
Oh.
Because
I can talk, the mayor and I have been talking, so I can work with the mayor, not a problem.
Mayor, is the basement and the attic on that punch list? Because when the police went in, I believe it was disgusting.
There really isn't a punch list right now. Kevin follows the uniform construction code, and as far as he was concerned, there wasn't anything dangerous in the house. However, it's a nuisance because of the odor, because of the water problem. We did find the water dripping over the electrical outlet, which was corrected, and the next thing was to clean it up. I had permission to go into the home. Mr. Hay is going to go in to condemn it because it could be a fire hazard. And once that happens, we have the right to walk in and clean it and leave it. And that's in the process of happening.
Okay, yes, I would like to acknowledge the family that is here, that is being affected by this, because I do believe during these habitability hearings, we should be hearing more from those that are affected. Mayor, I do thank you. I know that you were on the property earlier this week. I believe the Moore family had let us know. Mr. and Mrs. Moore?
Well, we've known this landlord for 20 years. He's never kept his word about anything. He's never made a repair. I have a copy of a certified letter sent to your inspection department dated June 1st, 2016, about obvious violation of code. And a letter and a list on the back from their own code telling the reference of authority they have. Nothing's been done. The mortgage holder has sent an inspector on 4 occasions, starting in August, telling, warning us, I guess, that the owners had the right to go in and winterize the building. There's a photocopy, I took a photo, there's 1, there's 2, and 2 times since, and it's folded and marked confidential, which I guess we're not allowed to see that now. They took no action. During January, we could listen to the pipes popping over there. The radiator leaks are leaking all over the place. The water pipes have to be broken. I don't know why they're not leaking more since it's been warm. But we fear for our safety.
Yeah.
And you know what? Could my wife offer them to you?
Is the water turned off to the property currently?
Yes.
It is.
It's turned off at the curb.
Okay,
There's no guarantee that they couldn't have it turned back on.
that is correct.
Someone's paying for all of the utilities at that house. They were all turned off when the last tenants moved out. Now the electric's back on, they're running fans, unattended. We don't know, and they covered the windows so we couldn't, we can't see in there to know what's going on. There's candles sitting on the floor, they're burning candles.
Come on.
Shit, this can't.
Right, I think we,
So as to the issue of getting access to the building, you heard what the mayor said regarding Fire Chief Hayes, potential condemning of the property and then getting access. The town can also get what's called an administrative search warrant, and that's under the Board of Health statutes, which enables a municipality under the purview of the Board of Health to actually apply for and receive a search warrant from the Superior Court of New Jersey in order to go in and investigate the potential existence of an issue that causes a detriment to the health, safety, and public welfare of the local residents. And that's based upon reasonable suspicion or upon information and belief. It's a very low standard, as Councilman McVeigh can attest to, from a police standpoint. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's not even clear and convincing. It's upon information and beliefs. So that tool is available to the town as well. And then once the Board of Health goes in there, or an agent acting on behalf of the Board of Health, they go in there and they notice and see and document.
Not to interrupt you, but we've called the Board of Health dozens of times.
Sure.
They tell us to call the town.
Right.
We call the town, they tell us to call the Board of Health. Nothing's being done. 30 days is a long time. It's an eternity at this point.
And why should we every day have to smell it? I can't handle it no more.
And when
Because
when
you
more
know
weather
somebody's not
comes,
doing anything
all
about
those
it.
eggs were
And I think
deposited
it's
by
key
those
that I got all
10,000
that.
cockroaches that are running all over our house. We'll start hatching.
Right, so my point in what I just said was that the administrative search warrant can act as a means of short-circuiting the delay that might be attendant in going through the county and asking the county to step in, and then punting back to the town, and there being kind of wires that are crossed in terms of who does what. The application can be made to the Superior Court. We've done it before, not in the town of Phillipsburg, but other municipalities. We've done that, and we've actually had the Superior Court judge sign off on the warrant, and then we're at the house with the police officers, and we're gaining entry just as you would on a criminal search warrant.
how soon do you think we can get in there?
If the warrant is signed off on and the application is granted, you can get in there. It's an emergent application, so today is Tuesday. Everything going well, you can be in there by Friday.
Mayor, I believe, is that something
That
the
would
mayor's
be
office
in
would?
conjunction with the mayor's office and working with the mayor on that. We would just want, blessing from both parties, so to speak, in terms of the legislative branch
I
and the
agree.
executive branch
Uh,
moving forward.
I think we're on the same page with this one, yes?
And, we do have access to the building
We do.
by the owner.
Okay.
And we did tear down Friday, the Moors were there, we ripped down all the plastic covering the windows, so that what they were hiding and not hiding. This week, we should be able to get that condemnation from Mr. Hay.
Excellent.
If there's anything that prevents the fire department from accessing the fire, and I'm sure Patrolman Richter would verify that, you can, he disappeared. You can, Rich has the right to deem it a safety hazard, fire safety hazard, which will do.
Excellent. Do you mind if I go with you?
No, sure, you can,
Thank you. So we could do that this week?
sure.
Great. Mr. and Mrs. Moore, is that appropriate?
That's fine.
You feel good with that? Excellent.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you, Mayor.
Just as a continuation, I'm very glad that we're going to be handling this via emergent cause. I do think that as a continuation, that's why I'm on my phone. I'm pulling up the reasons why we can find a property to be vacant. I mean, they have a notice on the door that says this is a vacant property. I think it's a pretty good sign that it's actually a vacant property.
I would also say that.
So,
No one says it's not a vacant.
yeah.
That says it's not.
Also, we have criteria that we can establish. For example, if any of the utilities are disconnected. So that is one criteria that we can meet. Accumulation of junk litter, trash, or debris on the property. There's about 13 of them. I'm sure that we have to meet 2. We can consider it to be vacant and notify the lien holder if indeed the property is in foreclosure, as has been stipulated, which should be easy to find through record search. And the reason I'm insistent upon it is because under this ordinance, since this is property in foreclosure, if they don't remedy it after notification within 30 days, if they're an in-state entity, we can fine them $1,500 per day. If they're an out-of-state entity, we can fine them $2,500 per day. And if we establish the criteria for what needs to be rectified in accordance with the ordinance, it's as simple as sending a police officer out each day that the violation continues to verify that the condition has not been improved. So my recommendation would be the hybrid of both of these approaches, which is first remedy the immediate issues that are degrading the quality of life for the neighbors, and secondarily for the long-term fixes to hold the lender accountable and to fine them accordingly if they don't come into accordance with our requests.
Councilman, I have no problem with that as long as we remedy the situation as soon as possible for the Moore family.
Yep, no objection to that.
Yes, sir.
You have to reread that one sentence there. It says, this property is not vacant. It says, if this property is not vacant, all this known.
Well, is
That
that-
property's been vacant since.
Yeah, they're two separate.
Insurance Field Asset Services inspected this property and found it to be vacant. Therefore, if this property is not vacant, please call us.
The second paper, Councilman, I believe, does say
I'm sorry, I
that
don't.
that's
I'm
pregnancy.
And I
Thanks.
called that number, and a child of about 4 years old answered the phone.
So it was the state?
He was one of the most intelligent person I talked to. But they never got back to me. The reason for my calls, I wanted to tell them the place has never been there.
You're not.
See, this is what.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
This is what that guy does.
Yep.
What he does is he goes in, he turns the electric back on. I know, because I got it next door to my mother and father-in-law's house. And he puts a light on. So when the bank comes, it's occupied.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what he's doing. So all of the properties, they owned, I think, 11 properties in the town of Phillipsburg. And when they got a divorce or whatever, she got the property, but she can't handle it. So she just let everything go. This guy, like they said, this guy is just trying to take the properties almost over for nothing. And what he does is he puts the electric on, and he'll put a light, there's a ceiling light that he has on next to my mother-in-law's house.
Yeah, and if it's fluorescent, you gotta watch, because the valves in fluorescence overheat and kicks blood.
Yeah, no, it's a
They're not
regular.
lit, it's supposed to be turned on 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we got that clear, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to move old business below the mayor and administrative report section.
do we need to take any formal action on that, Counselor?
No, I mean, I think I had we're going to a formal motion authorizing, we can send correspondence, the mayor is gonna handle it from his end, which doesn't require the council, the town council acknowledgement. I can certainly send the letter out, and I will, if I really need to, just a head shake, but if you want to do a formal motion, we can do that as
Good,
well.
thank you.
Do I do a formal motion, Council?
No, I'm good if the Counselor's
Yep.
satisfied.
Council President,
Yes, sir.
if I may.
You may.
Councilman Davis, you had very good points, thank you. Collectively, as you see, I love my council, we work very well together. We will move forward with this, but I would be remiss without saying that just a few months ago, if that, in the winter, I visited the Moore family, sat in their home in the summer. I sat in that home when I was 10 years old, and Gracie Barney used to give me rides home from wrestling practice. I am appalled by this. I personally would vote to rip that down with my bare hands with a few people in this room, but I will be good. If the Moores are happy, then I'm happy, but Blaine, you can put the camera on me on this one.
Yep.
For future landlords or anyone even thinking they're gonna get away with this, not this council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman McVeigh. So the motion was to move old business below the mayor and administrative reports. May I get a